You'd think making it to the NFL means you've won. You're in the top 1% of the top 1%. You wear the jersey, travel with the team, get paid millions. To the outside world, you're living the dream. But not if you're a backup quarterback. Because while the cameras follow the starter, you stand on the sideline, helmet on, earpiece in, watching the game pass you by every week. Every season. For years. You don't get the glory. You don't get the cheers. You don't even get the hate. You get nothing. No one buys your jersey. No one posts your highlights. Because there are none. You sit in the shadows of stadium lights, close enough to smell the grass, feel the roar of 70,000 fans. But far enough to know none of it is for you. You're told you're essential just in case. But just in case is not a life. It's a waiting room. And the longer you wait, the more invisible you become. They tell you be patient. But patience feels like rot when you know you read better than the man ahead of you and no one cares. This is the lie buried inside the backup quarterback role. You've made it. But you're not allowed to matter. Every week, you prepare like your name is going to be called. You study film for hours, opposing defenses, blitz packages, coverage disguises. You memorize the playbook forward and backward. You sit in the quarterback room, breaking down every snap like you're starting on Sunday. But deep down, you know you won't. You practice like a ghost. Take reps with the scout team. Run plays designed to help them, not you. You simulate the other team's quarterback, while your own system fades from muscle memory. And still, they tell you to stay ready, because you're one play away. One play away from entering a game with 30 million people watching, no rhythm, no chemistry, and no margin for error. And when that moment comes, you don't get time to adjust. You don't get to make excuses. You either deliver under impossible pressure, or you confirm what everyone already believes. You're just a backup, so you live in this purgatory always prepared, never chosen. You do everything a starter does, but you do it in silence. No spotlight, no respect, no second chances. Because when you're a backup quarterback, you're expected to be perfect, with no practice and no praise. When the starter goes down, no one looks at the coach. No one blames the O-line. No one checks the play calling. All eyes turn to you. In that instant, the quiet player holding a clipboard becomes the most important man in the stadium. Not because they believe in you, but because they have to. And the expectations? They're suffocating. You're supposed to win. You're supposed to lead. You're supposed to be ready without ever being allowed to learn on the job. There's no grace period. No, we'll give him time. Just pressure. Crushing, career-defining pressure. You enter a game mid-drive, cold, out of rhythm. The playbook gets sliced in half. Teammates who barely took reps with you now look for you to lead them through chaos. And if you win, you're a footnote. If you lose, you're proof that backups can't be trusted. You don't get to ease in or build momentum. You're rethrown into a fire and told to save the house with a gas can in your hands. That's the twisted irony. You spend your career preparing for a shot, and when it finally comes, it can destroy you faster than it made you. You have to be humble. That's what they say. Be a good teammate. Support the starter. Know your place. Don't create distractions. But how do you stay humble when you believe you're better? You watch the guy ahead of you throw picks, misreads, and get praised anyway. You're told to be invisible, to suppress the ego that got you here at the fire, that made you a college star, the confidence that led your team on Saturdays now. Clap from the sidelines. You're not allowed to believe in yourself too loudly. If you do, you're divisive. If you don't, you fade into nothing. It's a psychological chokehold. You spend every day trying to prove you belong while pretending you don't want the spotlight. You want to lead. But you also have to know when to shut up and blend in. And when the media talks about quarterback controversies, they rarely name you. You're just the guy behind him, not worth the headline. You walk a line so thin it cuts you. Too quiet and they forget you. Too bold and they bury you. So you live with a split identity. The ego of a leader, trapped in the role of a follower. And in the NFL, if you don't play the politics perfectly, you disappear. Every Sunday, millions cheer for the starting quarterback. They marvel at his poise, his accuracy, his command of the offense. What they don't see is the man who helped build that performance, quietly, obsessively, in the background. The backup quarterback. Because while he may not take the field, he's in the film room late at night, dissecting defenses. He's the one pointing out coverage tendencies, helping script the first 15 plays, walking the starter through situational scenarios. During games, he's on the headset diagnosing blitzes in real time, offering adjustments, spotting shifts the starter might miss. He's not just a safety net, he's a strategist, a second brain, an invisible asset. And still, when the team wins, he claps in the background. When they lose, he gets asked nothing. His fingerprints are on every touchdown, but his name never gets mentioned. No media attention, no locker room speeches, no legacy. He's the man who helps the star shine while slowly fading into the shadows himself. That's the brutal truth. The backup quarterback is often brilliant and completely disposable. He carries the weight of responsibility without a shred of recognition. For most backup quarterbacks, there's no fairy tale ending, no final drive, no emotional send-off, no jersey retirement. One off-season, the phone just stops ringing. No team calls, no offer comes. You're denied. No one even says it out loud. After a decade of waiting, it ends in silence. No crowd, no closure. Just the deafening realization that you spent years staying ready. For something that never truly arrived, you don't have a highlight reel. You don't have a signature moment. You were part of something massive, but somehow left no footprint. That eats away at you. Because you were good enough. Smart enough. Composed enough. You just never got the shot. Or worse, you got one, and never another. That's the dark truth behind being a backup quarterback. You give your life to a game that doesn't remember you. You carry the weight, do the work, bleed for a jersey that never truly became yours. And when it's over, there's no documentary, no last dance. Just a man walking away with a playbook in his head and nothing in his hands. Because in the end, the backup quarterback lives in the shadows of legends, retires in the dark.